Welcome to World Travel Made Easy with Itinerary Boss, the podcast for busy professionals, entrepreneurs, and business owners who want to travel smarter, save money, and plan unforgettable trips without the stress. I'm Ross, your host and the founder of Itinerary Boss. I spent a decade building a career in healthcare, software, and medical device sales while planning both personal and business trips across more than 20 countries. Whether it was group getaways with friends, couples trips, or just mapping out business territories, I became the go-to person for saving money on flights, organizing those logistics, and using points to elevate the experience. Now, as an entrepreneur and business owner, I help others do the same by showing you how to travel better using points, smart planning, and those proven strategies. Each week, we bring you expert guests, step-by-step tutorials on points and miles, and real-world itineraries that we've used to help you plan with confidence. Whether it's using points to travel better, exploring a new destination, or just learning how to maximize your spending, we've got you covered. Before we dive in, go ahead and grab one of our free tools in the show notes. One, the points and miles cheat sheet that'll help you get started earning and redeeming points to save thousands on travel, or the stress-free travel toolkit that includes a budget guide, packing checklist, and planning tips to save you time and hassle. If you're a business owner, entrepreneur, or busy professional looking to choose your next credit card or get help maximizing your everyday spending for rewards and booking free travel, book a free one-on-one consultation. You can find the link within the show notes or head over to itineraryboss.com. And if this episode helps you, please share it with a friend or family member, follow the show, and leave a 5-star review. It's the best way that helps us grow. Now, let's get into today's episode. Welcome back to another episode of World Travel Made Easy with Itinerary Boss. Excited to have you here this week. And today we're going to be diving into shopping portals and how you can maximize your points in cash by using shopping portals and free Google Chrome browser extensions for probably the already online shopping that you're doing. So really excited to dive into two tools that we use on a daily basis here, Rakuten and SaveWise. But before we dive in, if you are new to the show, make sure you give us a follow or subscribe. That way you don't miss out on any upcoming episodes that we release weekly. We have one every Wednesday with expert guest interviews, as well as a solo tutorial every Tuesday, and sometimes a destination highlight specifically every Thursday. So really excited to share today because this is questions that we get asked a lot just around, hey, I don't travel a ton and I want to travel more with points, but I also do a lot of online shopping. Are there best ways and tools that I can maximize the dollars that I'm already spending? Because I don't want to open a ton of cards. So we want to share this. That way, you understand, what exactly shopping portals are and why they can help you out. So we're going to dive into Rakuten and SaveWise, and I'm going to go ahead and for people who are watching on YouTube or Spotify, I'm going to share my screen. So first, we're going to dive into Rakuten because Rakuten is a very simple Chrome extension that you can go in and you can download. And what you would do is just download the Chrome extension when it pops up. And if you were to come into your account in the portal, you'll see that when you come into here, there's going to be different cash back, there's going to be different summer deals, things like that. One of the best things to do is around the holidays, around Black Friday, around Christmas. A lot of the times they're going to have a lot of elevated offers. And if you are just, since we are on the topic of travel, if you are looking to book travel, going into here and seeing different, and you can see right here, travel deals, and these are also highlighted. So if you were to look into this, if you were to say, you know what, Viator actually has in TripAdvisor, these things, these different ones have actually elevated cash back. So you actually could go in and book those. So Viator is a great one that we usually use. We use that or get your guide for tours. So if you were to, go in and book, let's say $500 worth of tours, you would get 12% cash back on that. So, 10% would be $50. So you can see the value there. One other thing too that and this is where, so cashback's pretty simple. You can go in here, you can search any of these if you're doing back to school, if you're doing dining, right, travel, anything like that, hot deals if you want to check those out. And you also can come to categories. So it's pretty simple. You can earn on a lot of these different things. So if you have something that you're constantly shopping for, going in here, looking at that. So the farmer's dog, right? If you have a pet, things like that, you can do that for cashback. So going in here, playing with it, it's pretty simple, straightforward. Where you take it to the next level is when you come in here, so when you come in your account settings, you can decide how you're getting paid. So you can get a fat check, you can get PayPal, or you can get membership rewards points. So if you were to have an American Express card, you could go in here and you actually could connect your American Express card. So each time that you earn cash back, that means 1x the points. So you can see here, before switching to points, they'll be converted to a rate at 1% equals one times the points, and they will be transferred over. So to go back to where we just were, if you were to come in here and you were to book, let's just say Viator, and you were to book, $500 worth of we'll use $100 just to make it simple. But if you were to book $100 here, you would not only be getting, with your American Express that you're earning, those one times the points, you'd be getting 100 points. You'd also be getting 12% on that, which would be 12 times the points, which would equate to 1,200 American Express points. That's at $100. You'd also get the additional 100 points. So imagine if you do, if you're booking it for a group or your family for a whole vacation, 500, $1,000, right? That can translate into, 6,000, 12,000. If you're doing more than that, right? That can equate to a free domestic flight just by using Rakuten. So that's the power of doing this. And if you do have American Express, leveraging that with that tool is amazing. So if you don't want to come into the portal, if you're like, Ross, I don't want to have to go here, you also can add this to your top, bar, which is great. So you can go to recently visited stores, simple as a bookmark. But also, let's just say that you search something, right? We'll just search Nike.com. You can see that this automatically pops up with this. So it makes it easy. So if you're going to different places and you don't want to have to always come in here, I do think if you're doing specific, things and you're looking to, so say you're looking for travel and you're looking to compare, get your guide Viator, different platforms, going in here is a great option. I wanted to take a quick break to say thank you so much for tuning into the show. The only way the show grows is through listeners like you helping us share it. So if you're enjoying the show, it'd mean the world to me if you hit that 5-star rating, shared it with a friend or family member who's ready to travel more, save money, or just needs a little bit more inspiration and that nudge. And if you're posting about it on Instagram, go ahead and tag Itinerary Boss, and we'll make sure to reshare it and shout you out for giving us a shout out. Thanks so much for the support. It truly means a lot. And now back with the show. It's a great option, but you can see once you download the free browser extension, this populates every single time, and it's great. And you can get rid of it, or if you were to say, you know what, let me activate this, it would just take you right here and then right, and then you can do your shopping. So very simple, straightforward. So that's Rakuten. Next, we're going to dive into SaveWise. So these are two very easy tools. So you can see up here too, I have my I have my SaveWise browser extension, and you could just go into here, see offers. So that'll automatically populate, right? And that populated off of what I just searched on Rakuten. But you can see when you come in here that it's a free version. If you wanted the pro version, you can get offer alerts, right? You can auto activate. So let's see what the pro has. So you can auto activate offers for Amex, Chase, Rakuten, Simply Miles, which is uh, American Airlines A Advantage. You can set unlimited alerts. You can get right early access to new things. You can favorite your stores and shopping portals, and you can also look at 65-day offer history. That's big because if you're looking at, last year around, if you're trying to plan a trip and you're looking at, what was the best offer last last Thanksgiving that I can maximize my points on, right? How, when should I have that and how should I set alerts? So the free version is great, but there is the pro version. So just wanted to share that. But when you come in here, you can come from this portal or you can come down from here. So stackable offers is sweet because you can then come in here and say, okay, I have American Express. I want to use Rakuten. This is what I'm going to do. I can get 10% cash back. So pretty much this is just giving you a nice portal where then you can, you don't have to come in here and search completely. So if you're just like, you know what, I just want to, I want to get the most points, right? I'm looking for specific things. This is a good stackable offer for American Express. If you come in here, if you're Chase, you can look at that. City, you can look at that. AA and Simply Miles if you want to do that. So that's based off of Rakuten and those offers. So if you wanted to come in here, if you're like, you know what, I don't really care about points, I just want to do cash back, you could then come in here and you could see what are the cash back offers, and you can see the rates, and then you would just click get offer. A lot of these, if you are looking at if they are higher, usually it's going to be the more, so if they have a premium offer, so I'm going to use because I actually looked at this. So I'm going to go to credit card points. So let's look at Motley Fool. So get offer, right? So you can see that you can get this amount of points, but the lowest, so these are based off the subscription. So Stock Advisor is the entry level, it's like 150 bucks a year. But you can see, right, here are different ones that are elevated. So full one is going to be more expensive, but you're going to get a lot of points, and that's for Barclays. So I would, you can look at other ones, but that's just an example. So if you come in, so you can do cash back. If you wanted miles, right, if you want to do airline specific miles. So if you're like, hey, I fly on American a lot, I want to earn those, you could do this, get offer. If you wanted to pay also with your, depending on how much you're spending, you could use, your different cards that you have. If you have a 2x the card, if you have, a 3x, thinking through, hey, how can I get American miles? But also if I have a Capital One card or American Express or Chase, how can I also earn those type of miles that then I can, so if I could get, this in addition to 1.5, 2, 3 times the miles on, let's just say it's $500, right? That's an additional. So you're not only getting these miles, you're also getting your credit card miles. So that's the bonus of this too. So you can kind of come up with a nice strategy of what's the best way for where I live. So if you're, for me, American Airlines miles are very important because we're an American Airlines hub. Alaska miles are also very important because they operate on a lot of American flights. But if you're in a Southwest hub, BWI right outside Dallas, Austin, different places like that. Southwest could be a good one. Delta, I would suggest, and we'll dive deeper into this in our transfer partners, but I would suggest getting Virgin Atlantic miles over that, but United miles. So that's the beauty of it is you can start to stack miles from whichever airline you like to fly. And then credit card points, this is where you can then come in and you also can go in. So my portals, you would obviously have to be pro, but that's where then you can come and you could say, okay, I don't really care about Barclay, Rakuten, and Amex, right? So that's where you can look into these for credit card points, but that is, and you can do the rate by highest. So that's how you can do that. And then points multipliers. You can see, what's the rate on that, which is very cool. And then you can see there's a credit card index. So that's obviously for Pro, but that's going to be a list of all active American Express, Chase, and Simply Miles card offers sorted by the deal score. So if you're familiar with, StubHub, SeatGeek, different ticketing platforms, when you go and you get the value for, hey, here's pretty much the value deal score. Think of it like that. And then also, you're going to be able to look at different best stores to shop at to maximize the shopping portal card linked offers. So it's very easy. You can add it to Chrome, Firefox, Safari, as well as one other thing. So miles. So we'll do rate. Okay. So actually, where is I think I went through everything. So yeah, so that's pretty much it for SaveWise. But and again, this is a free plugin. You would just download it. You can save it at the top. It's a free Chrome extension. This is a free Chrome extension. My suggestion is, I mean, whenever you're looking, right? Once you download them, they'll populate. But if there are specific things that you're looking to do, specific cards that you have, if you do have an American Express, my suggestion would definitely be going to Rakuten, set up those savings. And then you can just think through, hey, are there specific stores that I shop at daily? And how do I earn, whether it's cash back? How do I earn, whether it's, American Express membership rewards? And then how do I also stack those? I think that is within, SaveWise. How do I then use these two simple tools to ensure that I'm getting, I'm double dipping on credit card points, on shopping, cash back, on just everything, which is the beauty of it. And then from there, right, the beauty is once you start to earn those points, we have a ton of different episodes that walk you through, hey, what's the best way for me now to use these points? And if you're just getting started with us, we start from the very beginning. If you're just starting to learn, hey, what are credit cards for travel? What are rewards travel? What is all this, right? We started from the very beginning of why they can be a game changer. What are welcome offers, right? What are the best cards to get for specific use cases, whether you're a family, whether you're single, whether you're just getting started out, whether you're on the road for sales and your company is reimbursing you, whether you're a business owner. So we break all of those down specifically because those are the questions we get asked, and it's not a one size fits all. So wherever you're spending your money, right, we want to meet you there. And again, we always like to be transparent. If you carry any sort of credit card debt, right, focus on figuring that out first. This isn't financial advice. Talk to your financial planner. But our suggestion is always, right, focus on that first because the points, the rewards, those things do not outweigh the interest that you will pay on credit cards. And why we created all of this, if you are new to the show, is I spent 10 plus years in the sales field. I traveled all around as a road warrior for companies, learned the ins and outs of the hotel program, stopped traveling in 2021 as much for work specifically, and figured, okay, if I'm staying home, how do I figure out best ways to strategically earn points and miles? So that, along with planning group trips over the past 10 years for friends, having credit cards, this doesn't happen over, the course of a day. This is a lot of time invested in this, and right, we want to share these tips and tricks with you. So if you do have specific questions, leave comments in the show notes, on YouTube, and shoot us a DM. Happy to help answer any questions. And we do have specific. So one thing that once you do earn these points, once you do have your credit card, stack in place, how to maximize these points once you're starting to earn these. We do have episodes around Transfer Partners 101, transfer bonuses, and then we're going to have a deep dive next week into how to utilize these points. So appreciate everyone tuning in. Again, thanks so much. We appreciate all your support. And if you did like the show, make sure you share it with a family or friend who wants to travel more, save some money. Make sure you give us a 5-star review as well. That's what helps us continue to keep the show going, grow the show. And if you didn't follow at the beginning, make sure you do that too. That way you don't miss out on any upcoming episodes. We will talk to you next week. Peace.